So now let's build the covariance matrix. So we did the covariance matrix for the original variables x sub 1 and x sub 2 here. So let's do the same for the PCs, a principal component. So here it will be variance var dot s for the first principal component. Okay. And we'll do var dot s for the second principal component. Okay. Now, what do you think the covariance of these two principal components will be? Can you tell before we do the covariance? Okay. When we started talking about this, I mentioned that one of the benefits of PCA, the principal component analysis, is the resulting principal components are uncorrelated, right? So correlation comes from covariance divided by the square root of the product of the two variances. So if the numerator, for correlation to be 0, if it is uncorrelated, correlation will be 0. So that means covariance must be what? 0. So covariance between z sub 1 and comma z sub 2 is 0. So that's scientific notation. So change that to a number. You see the covariance is 0. Okay. So that is a significant benefit of the PCA, principal component analysis. Okay. So now let's look at the total variance and the portion of the variance. So here you add the two variances. All right. Now actually we can copy these two formulas down here and it will work. Okay. So now you see the original two variables, the first variable was accounted for 65%, 66 almost, and 34% variance. Whereas when you converted them into PCs, the first PC accounts for 86% of the variance. So you can drop Z2 from the analysis and use only Z1, and you will still have 86% of the predictive variance of x sub 1 and x sub 2. Okay. So actually this is just two variables, but if you have like 100 variables, then you will see the impact quite significantly. That the number of variables that you can reduce it would be quite significant. So with this, let's go back to our results page in SAS Enterprise Miner, and you see here it gives you, so this is when it says proportion, so that's your variance proportion. So this is the first principal component, that's the variance, okay, and you see, compare the numbers, 498.02, so that's what you see here, 498.02, so that's your variance of the first, number one here is first PC, that's your variance, and that's 86.32% of the total variance. The second principal component variance is that, and that's your proportion.